Hello, today we're going to talk about the third circuit or the third set of routine of exercise that you can do. Alright, for this exercise it's basically a balance exercise. It's just, we're going to do two variations of it, so you have more of a repertoire to do with this one and you can kind of switch it up and do more exercise. It's basically just a single leg balance exercise, so whatever leg that you're doing the balancing on, I advise you take your shoes off. It's better for your feet muscles. You get a lot more work out of it. Alright, this is basically, like I said on all my videos, make sure your stomach is engaged, your butt is nice and tucked. It's not like going bowed, or your knee, it's not rotating inwards. And when you're doing the balancing on the leg like this, make sure your hips aren't hiking or doing any kind of crazy. They're just nice and stable. Basically, the first part of it is you just get nice soft knees. Make sure your feet is connected to the floor and it's pointing straight forward with your knee connecting with your second and third toe. Bam. And you just take your leg. You can put your hand right here to help you kind of balance a little bit. It's a good way to start off with, and just lift your leg up, put your leg down, lift your leg up. Try to make sure your knees are nice and stable. Lift your leg down. Do like 12 of these. But yeah, it's a really good exercise for your stomach and your butt muscles. Make sure they're contracted and keeping everything stable and not going all over the place. The variation for this exercise, which turns it from the sagittal plane to the transverse plane, is basically you just lift the leg. But there, you can see, like, it's kind of hard to keep it balanced sometimes. It's amazing. Da-da-da. You just rotate it out like this. Now, the good thing about this exercise is it forces a lot of your stabilizers in your legs, your butt muscles to work differently as the leg rotates out this way. So really pay attention on keeping all of this nice and straight and stable as you lift the leg all the way up, and then just rotate it out to the side. Usually, like, I just doing that because I'm trying to show, but I'll show you the whole exercise going through it once or twice how it's supposed to look. You have to put your foot down to tap to get your balance. It's always fine. It's more about the execution of the exercise than doing it fast. That's never the way it should work out. And then just go down, put it down, tap if you need to get some balance, go back up again, rotate it out, down. It's hard. It's not an easy exercise, especially if you pay attention to what you're doing. I got it better that time. But yeah, just the motion, solid. And like I said, if you have to put your foot down to catch your balance, that's fine, but just try to go through the motion. It is difficult. I mean, even if you have to, if it's really hard, you can brace against the wall when you do it for a little bit. This is what we would call a regression of the exercise, and just focus on the motion of it. Or you can go back to this. Just make sure you don't injure yourself. Do like 12 of those on each side of the foot, on each side if you can. Minimum 8, I would say. We're gonna do a different variation of this exercise once again. It's basically the same thing. You just lift your leg up like this, but as you're doing it, you're gonna do a chopping motion. You're gonna have something right here. It's gonna go up and chop it. You don't really need much weight to do this. You can use, if you have a foam roller, you could probably do it like it's a samurai sword and just chop. But be careful you don't break anything. You don't need to break nothing right now. Ain't no one gonna be able to fix it. Yeah, just something like this. Do the same thing. But if you have to use this foot to tap, to catch your balance, do it, and then just chop. Pay attention. You don't like wiggle or do anything like that. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use a book and just pick the book up and chop. Or if you really want to be creative, get like a couch cushion or a big fluffy pillow like I have here, and just pick up and chop. Do that on each side, like 8 to 12 times, rotating, whatever foot is balancing. This exercise, the one thing I would really stress paying attention to and starting to learn what your feet, what is going on, is with your feet. As you move the object up and down, pay attention to how your feet move, and it wiggles, or it might, do like that, and focus on trying to make sure that your foot does not move, that it is as solid and connected to that ground as it possibly can be. It'll help you get better with this exercise. That's the one thing that likes to move and go around all over the place. Try to make sure that even like as it's to the ground, you don't see this that much. I mean, if it moves a little bit, it's okay, but try to get better at it. And like with the moving of the hips, or make sure the knee doesn't go in and out like that. All right. The other exercise that we are going to talk about today is basically a jumping jack, but it is a good reactive exercise. If you watched my Circuit 2 video, we talked about the jumping off and paying attention to the way your feet land. This is a similar exercise, but instead of jumping off onto something, you're doing something in the frontal plane, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's very simple, like any jumping jack, but like I said, the most important thing is making sure your feet land correctly and then come back correctly. If you have to stop to look at your feet and then readjust it as you go to the side, you can do that. This exercise is not about going fast. It's just about making sure you can execute the jumping motion without having horrible mechanics and you learning better mechanics for it. It's very simple like this. Just like I said, look at your feet, make sure they're not like all like this or like this or like this. They're still nice, straight and forward. I did a pretty good job, so I don't have to really go too crazy with it. And go back like this. And go back like this. And go back like this. Go back like this. And even pay attention to your butt. And notice if when you're jumping it kind of like does like this. Or if when you land. Also, the reason I want you to go slower this is so you can understand how you move. I can't tell you how you move. Everyone's a unique snowflake. So, yeah, because that's the biggest thing about this exercise is to learn to jump more correctly and land more correctly. But it's also a fantastic exercise if you're looking to lose weight, more so than cardio, because cardio is it's not about losing weight, it's about working your heart out. It's called heart rate training, but that's a whole nother video. But this is a good way because you're using multiple muscles to do a task, and that's the easiest way to burn fat, is to use multiple muscle groups to do a workout. You're using, your butt muscles, your leg muscles, your calf muscles, shoulder muscles, your back muscles, and just this little jumping motion that you don't really realize you're doing it, but you're actually doing it. Now, for the last exercise, you're going to have to bear with me as I move my camera. This is a very simple exercise. It's basically just a plank. Oh, I'll go this way. Everyone knows a plank. It's a very simple, easy, straightforward exercise. But the thing about this exercise is there's a lot of problems you can go through while doing this exercise and not even know you're doing it. We'll start off with the head. When you're doing this exercise, a lot of people like to do like this. They internally rotate your shoulders. Keep it straight and forward like a railroad track. Make sure your shoulders are nice and rounded and they're not like this. Try to keep your head nice and aligned. No like this or like this. Just nice and stable. Caught my glasses. Like this. Looking forward. Next would be the butt. Alright. If I can get like a good angle for that. As you can see, you need to make sure the butt is not like hiked up like this, down like this, but just nice and stable and basically aligned with the head, the shoulders, the butt, the knees, and the feet. From your head all the way to your feet should be a clear visible straight line. And yeah, the knees are next. When you do a lot of the like balancing, you'll notice like when you're like, I'm having to stand up do this, so sorry to show you, like when you're doing the balancing, like just imagine I'm in the crunch position, plank position, but standing up. Don't let your knees like come in as you're doing the exercise, or your feet like rotating in like this. Try to keep them basically like you're standing, just nice and straight and parallel. Simple exercise. Try to hold the exercise for like 10, 30 seconds. Yeah. If you have any questions about this workout, you can always DM me or contact me. And you can check me out at dssfit.com. Have a good day. Thank you, Patriots.